Hi, long time no see. I've checked and my last video seems to be from around summer 2024. Sorry for being so inactive lately. Also, I apologize for my voice in this video as I'm coming off a bad cold. I wanted to jumpstart a series of videos I'm hoping to make that will dive into the visual development and world building for my new webtoon, A Fey Destiny, which you can currently read on Tapas and Webtoon Canvas. A Fey Destiny is a rom-com fantasy that centers around two young women who get taken to the Fey world while on a camping trip. The biggest challenges so far with this webcomic is that firstly, I'm hand drawing everything. While I do plan to use 3D models as a base and for consistency and perspective help in some cases, the final art will all be hand drawn, including the backgrounds. This is in sharp contrast to my other webtoon, Beneath the Camphor Tree, which you can also read on Tapas and Webtoon Canvas, where I rely heavily on screenshots of 3D modeled backgrounds to help speed up my workflow. The other thing that makes this new Fae-focused comic a little bit tricky is that since I'm hand drawing everything, I can't just go looking for the closest looking 3D model to what I envision in my head. I have to design and draw it all myself. Hence, this world building visual development series. I've been keeping a physical binder with printout of everything I've been designing, including not only the final reference sheets, but also the sketches and all the trial and error drawings that it took to get there. I'm hoping to do an overview of that binder every month or so. This piece I'm currently drawing on the screen is not of a particular panel from the comic itself, but instead a practice run of what an establishing shot could look like. This piece took about 4 hours according to Clip Studio Paint, so I definitely need to work on my speed skills, although I suppose for a hand-drawn establishing shot that's not too bad, but still I want to get faster. The biggest issue I have been having with designing my fairy world is that I'm conflicted between two design choices. I'll be going over these two different design options in more detail in another video. This illustration slash establishing shot features Amy, who's one of the two young women who finds themselves lost in fairyland, having tea outside of a cafe in Fairy World. You may notice there's hints that this cafe is located in almost a treehouse, and that's intentional. I've been playing around with the idea of making the Fey world a more nature-inspired world, kind of Art Nouveau inspired, a city inside a giant forest where most of the buildings are basically tree houses, with there being different levels of society on different levels of the trees, similar in theme almost to the Piltover versus Zon in the show Arcane. Again, I'll be going over the key differences between these two design choices that I've been playing around with in another video, so stay tuned for more info. Anyway, let me know if you want to see more speed paints of my design process or background practice, as I'm hoping to do a bunch of these bigger illustrations of the fairy world for practice, and also to help design the visual language of the world. Also, let me know if you want to see the behind the scenes of me developing the fairy world in general. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.